Hello there, YouTube, and I am Necrostevo. Welcome back to the final week of the Pokemon Premier League Champions League. Our last week opponent is I'm Destroyer. I think it's the final week. I'm just gonna go with it. Our final opponent is I'm Destroyer, and his team, the Emerald City Extreme Speed. I almost got ahead of myself because the Extreme Speed is so fast, I will set it first. So of course I'll have their information in the description. For this battle, they have access to Whimsicott, Excadrill, Tyranitar, Mega Clefable, Mega Medicham, Araquanid, Hisuian Typhlosion, Rotom Frostform, Trevenant, and Crabominable. So let's get into who the Shadows are bringing for this opponent who we actually have never faced. This is a new matchup and an opportunity for us to hopefully claim some more power from the Shadows. Up first, we have our Babiri Berry defensive Aromatisse. Aromatisse has been doing great for us by bringing Ally Switch and Prick Room. Shoutouts to Shroom Raver and also Travesty for the matchup prep this week here in the council. We do have Protect here instead of trying to go for Heal Pulse or something else, because of my opponent's ability to go for fast fake outs with the Medicham and be annoying. This, of course, Aroma Veil stops our Aromatisse from being encored or taunted, and so the Whimsicott won't be able to stop us from going for the Trick Room, or for the Ally Switch, or even encoring us into Protect, which could all be very annoying. After that, we have a very bulky Famfrit, the Politoed. Muddy Water, Icy Wind, Parasong, and Protect here with Drizzle. You'll notice that I have no special attack, and I have no speed on this either. Not only did that allow us to maybe move first and Trick Room, just because Politoed is pretty slow, base 70 speed I believe, but here I just need a weather option to go up against that possible Mega... Wow, am I tripping? I think I said Frostlass earlier. I don't know why I said that. That might be my other matchup. Anyways, I just want the weather matchup here to go up against the Tyranitar. Tyranitar's weather is slower than Politoed though, so if we just both go with our normal speed stats, my weather will go up first and it'll get overwritten. So that could be annoying, but I have to bring this just to stop the Excadrill from running away with things. After that, we have our Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar has Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, and Protect. And of course, if we're bringing Focus Blast, we're gonna hit the Focus Blast. That's just simply what we have to do. We have enough speed here to make sure that we outrun a Scarf Tyranitar, just in case he wants to try to do that to get the jump on a Mega Gengar that's not like fully invested or something like that. And then of course Protect is here, just in case we have to contend with stalling out a turn of the Sandstorm. That could also help us scout for Scarf Typhlosion or Scarf Rotom, if they think they could just easily click their moves into us there. So, all things to kind of figure out. We have a nice bulky Arcaludon. Of course we have the Rain for Electro Shot, Flash Cannon, and Aura Sphere. I have Protect in so many other places, I also figured they might think that I'll Protect here too. And so in that situation, of course, I could put up a light screen to help mitigate damage, but also with the Parasong on Politoed, I need Protect in a few different places to help with the turns of things going on there. Oh man, I'm getting too click happy. After our Arcaludon, we have our Focus Sash Cleavor. I was looking at the matchup after I had some suggestions from Shroom Raver, and I really agreed with Cleavor possibly being the way here. Now, when I did some practice scrimmage matches last night, I think I missed 4 Stone Axes across 4 games, and every time I missed Stone Axe, I lost the game. Granted, I missed twice in one of the games, so that was all just practice swings before going up to bat, right? So we also have Dual Wing Beat here. This is a great answer to the Whimsicott if it is sashed. Dual Wing Beat can also hit the Mega Medicham nice and hard. It also hits the Trevenant and the Crabominable for good damage there. We are just going to go with Close Combat over Brick Break here, just for the raw power. And then our final teammate this week is our Paldean Tauros, combat mode. Raging Bull and Rock Slide just for good coverage against the entirety of the opposing team. The Raging Bull is also there to help hopefully mitigate me having to go for Focus Blast with Gengar. The only thing that these two moves don't really hit well is the Whimsicott. Like, I think it will just take pretty neutral damage from the Rock Slide, and of course Raging Bull wouldn't do much. Also the Mega Medicham, but Mega Medicham is less likely to be invested in its defenses, and Raging Bull still does like 35% to it. And then we have Rain Dance here, just on the off chance we're going to set that up if he thinks that he's safe to switch in. Like, oh, he has the Sand up already, I switch in the Tauros, I have my Excadrill out. That is not the safe way to do things. We will set up the Rain Dance immediately, and after the Intimidate, I should be able to take moves from both the Tyranitar and the Excadrill. So that is the game plan for this week. We're actually going to be playing live on stream, so I'm just going to pause this briefly while I go get into the battle. Or wait, actually, I might not need to pause it if we're ready to go. Hold up. Let's go grab that room cold. We can kind of see from there. And I am here. I am here. Where is the room code? Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's go to our private battles and enter a room ID. 7270 9374. Oops. 24. Boom. We're going to join Amber's room. Perfect. Boom. And that is the right team. We have the right items. Nothing like doing your team ahead of time just to make sure you got what you need there. Now I'm assuming we're going to see here the Whimsicott, the Excadrill. And it is time to battle. So we do see a surprising team, honestly. I have to delete a couple of these. The Excadrill Tyranitar, I think, had to come. And same thing with the Whimsicott and the Mega Medicham. Araquanid does make sense there just because I have the water team. And the Trevenant gives him a nice Trick Room mode there. I typed Whimsicott twice. Hopefully that is not something I have to deal with later. Tyranitar. There we go. Wait, who am I missing? Oh, Medicham. I can type, I swear. Alright, Medicham. Okay. I do like, let's try the game one lead off here with, so we don't see the Rotom, which is nice. No spread Electro Webs. We also don't see Crabominable. We don't see the Hisuian Typhlosion. Great, I'm very happy to not have to deal with that thing. We don't see the Clefable either. So, yeah, I do like leading with those two, keeping our, in the back, I do, against these teammates here. Let's put Gengar in the back alongside our Ushti, because he has several possible physical attackers here, and that'll give me another mode for game number 2. So game number 1, Matisse, and Kleavor, and Gengar, and Tauros. Let's see what he leads out with. I already like that we're both destroying on the entry screen there. It's just like, my voice is higher than your voice type. Or I guess, my voice is more demonic than your voice. So he gets the immediate frisk. So he does and find out that I am Focus Sashed immediately. This is definitely not the lead that I can say I expected with him leading with the Araquanid Trevenant. He could totally be Charty Berry on the Araquanid. We don't have to worry about Trick Room. He can add, what, Grass type to me with Forest Curse. I think because of what I have in the back, the Araquanid is more annoying. I am going to spread my moves out here just in case. Just in case. Okay, so we do see the Ally Switch, which I spread my moves out. I wasn't thinking he'd go for that, honestly. I wish I could say that. But we do get some critical damage there. Good gravy. So is he going to go for the Trick Room here? We see Liquidation. This is going to bring me down to my Sash, of course. And then do we see the Trick Room? No, wait. No, wait. He used Ally Switch. So no Trick Room this turn. And a Moonblast is going to come out here and do pitiful damage to this Araquanid. Oh, actually, that did pretty decent damage. That makes me think that it might be an offensive Araquanid, honestly. So right away, we see Ally Switch from the Trevenant. And we see Liquidation. I just want to write those down so I don't forget them. And now we know that Intimidate is also valuable against the Araquanid. I was worried he might have other moves there to take advantage of. Here, I think I want to dual Wing Beat, honestly. I could also just Protect, though. He can't really... Honestly, we're going to Stone Axe that Araquanid, and we are going to Ally Switch ourselves. The purpose of this is, if he thinks he can Protect and hit my Cleavor, then it's not going to work. So he does end up protecting. I'm going to Ally Switch myself. And so now we know that the Araquanid has the Protect, so I did want to know that. And we see the Trick Room. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can finish off the Trevenant from this range with my Moonblast here. And I can actually protect myself, which will reveal that to him early. Or I could swap out. But no, I think I just want to try to... I'm definitely going to be the slowest thing on the field. So yeah, we're just going to protect ourselves to stall a turn of Trick Room right here. And I can always swap out later. And we see the Moonblast come out. This should take out the Trevenant. It does, alright. So Aromatisse picking up the KO. And what does the Araquanid do? It tries to... Oh, it just liquidates into the Aromatisse. Oh, man. Ah, that was a great call out there. Okay. Because I could have just Stone Axed him there. That was an amazing call out. Alright, 0-1. Ally Switch. Okay, so that means he has his own Tyranitar underneath this. And this is exactly why we brought what we brought here. So I could totally Moonblast the Tyranitar and swap out my Cleavor into my or I could also reverse the Trick Room. He's probably going to Rock Slide and Liquidation, right? That's what I would expect him to do here. With what I have in the back, I think it's important to reverse the Trick Room here. As I bring out my Tauros. I think that's going to be the play, because then that means I'll be faster the turn after. So we are going to swap out here. We did see his Tauros, his Tyranitar take the chip damage from the rocks, which was great. We're going to get the Intimidate off. Any white herbs? No white herbs. I should live this. No, I don't. Oh, it was a crit. I was like, I intimidated him, though. Okay, so that crit definitely mattered there, unfortunately. And then we do see the Rock Slide from the Tauros, or the Tyranitar, rather. That sucks, honestly. I think with the Intimidate, I could have lived both of those moves. That also means that I don't get to reverse the Trick Room, which is very notable here. We are going to... Okay, so Gengar I can bring out and protect. And we're going to Mega Evolve and protect here, because this will stop him from switching off the field, obviously. And then I think I just want to go for the Raging Bull into the Tauros, into the Tyranitar slot. I could also Rock Slide here, but I don't think that that would KO. We have 2 turns of Trick Room left. So yeah, I can go ahead and Mega Evolve and protect, and we're just going to try to hit the Tyranitar, I'm thinking. I could also just double protect. That would be safer, I think. But no, we're going to try. I think he's going to try to press the advantage while he has the Trick Room up. So we're going to protect our Gengar. I didn't need to write down the Tyranitar here, too. And what do we see come out here? So I protect first. And we do see Liquidation go into the Tauros. It should not kill me. Okay, perfect. And if he tries a Rock Slide, I'm resisting this, and it's -1. This should also not kill me. That's what I'm hoping. It does not kill me. Do not flinch, Tauros. You need to kill the Tyranitar right now. Alrighty, we do see the Tyranitar going... Okay, it might not go down with the Chople Berry, honestly. What do we see? Okay, because of the Stealth Rock, I think that's why. Because that wasn't a crit, right? Yeah, it was not a crit. Okay, so the Stealth Rock's come in clutch there, and I think I lived the Sandstorm. I think my HP was just high enough to live the Sandstorm. Okay, very, very good. So, Tyranitar also goes down here. What's his last Pokemon? It is the Excadrill. Well, that's bad. That means it's going to outspeed everything. Is he just going to go for... He could totally just Earthquake here. He doesn't really have any reason not to. I kind of wish I had gotten rid of the Sandstorm. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Isn't the Trick Room still up? It is still up. So the Excadrill is faster than me right now. So Excadrill is faster than my... So if I leave in my Tauros, it's going to die at the end of this turn to the Sandstorm. So he's probably going to protect that Excadrill, is what I would anticipate here. He should protect the Excadrill and then go for the attack. Honestly, he could attack either one right here. So we're going to try to focus... we're going to Shadow Ball you and swap... Oh no, I ran out of time! It was at this point in the recording where my laptop, I think, ran out of RAM and it just stopped recording and it won't let me render things. So we're going to try this a different way. I run out of time, which means my move gets auto-selected. And that also means my Tauros dies to the Sandstorm. I do take down the Araquanid, but that also means that this battle is functionally over. If I had been able to get the Tauros off the field there, I maybe could have done something later, because I have the protect option here to stall out the Sandstorm and do some things here. But now the Excadrill is just left here, and it is the gosh darn fastest thing here. So, not great. It could just go for Earthquake. It's going to outspeed both of my Pokemon, and that's going to be the end of this Game 1 scenario. We are going to try for the double protect shenanigans, because that will be my only out, is to somehow get, 3 protects in a row to outlast the Sandstorm. And of course you want to take those outs where you can, but it's just not going to happen here. So we do drop Game 1. So let's go ahead and get into Game 2 to see what adjustments that we can make. Alrighty, it's Game 2 and it's time for the run back. This time we are bringing the Rain mode. Still loving that I'm Destroyer and I are just repping the Destroyer power on the poses at the beginning of the battle there. We do get a better lead scenario. So we have Politoed Archelodon in the back here. And here I am predicting Tailwind and then just an offensive move by the Medicham, not Fake Out. Because if he goes for Tailwind, he'll outspeed my Mega Gengar. Since he is intimidated though, I'm thinking that maybe... possibly I can get a bulky Politoed here on the field, and as he potentially goes for the Tauros expecting my protect, maybe I can just pick up a KO on the Medicham here. There's also a chance that the Whimsicott is Focus Sash, which is less likely on a Sandstorm team, I know, but he didn't bring the Sandstorm here. We do see the immediate Mega from the Medicham, and of course my Gengar Mega evolved as well, and we do see the Tailwind. Did I get the call right? We see Zen Headbutt into Politoed. This is a very bulky Politoed, so we immediately take down the Mega Medicham here in game number 2. Unfortunately, while that is a big threat out of the way, that also means he gets the opportunity to bring in something else that's annoying, and we see the Tyranitar hit the field to give my opponent the weather control. A couple things I could do here. I could just protect and try to scout out, maybe even fish for the Focus Blast, but it's highly likely that the Tyranitar is Chople Berry, and also the Tyranitar would live a Focus Blast if it's Spadef anyway. I am going to swap out my Politoed to bring back in my Tauros. I realized as I was swapping in, I was like, I really hope that he doesn't Moonblast this slot, but he does. And so while I do get the Intimidate on the Tauros, I think I maybe should have protected there, because then I could have scouted out what the Tyranitar wanted to do, in addition to still having Tauros in the back. Now, while Tauros' sacrifice was not in vain, we are able to get the weather control back here. And honestly, I'm just going to start throwing off attacks with Politoed. I could be threatened by a grass type move here coming out of the Whimsicott. And of course, his Pokemon will both be faster than mine, and I just protected as well. So the chance of the double protect isn't great. We are going to try to hit the Focus Blast here. Just because without the Spadef boost from the sand, I'm thinking that I can out damage the Chople Berry. We do see the Rock Slide, and we see the Flinchingtons. Double flinch here. I do think that Focus Blast into the Muddy Water would have KO'd the Tyranitar. In addition to that, it would have broken the potential sash on the Whimsicott. Of course, we see that that gets broken anyway from his own Sandstorm. But I just wanted the damage. I really only needed damage here, and now with this double flinch scenario, there's not much that I can do here. I am going to try to swap out here to maybe absorb a Rock Slide and get a stamina boost. But now I just can't really do a lot. This gives my opponent the opportunity to set up the light screen, and they call my switch again, and they knock off the Chople Berry on my Arcaludon. So while I can threaten serious damage here now that the Tailwind is no longer on his side of the field, he can also just set it right back up. There's nothing stopping this Prankster Whimsicott from getting that Tailwind in this scenario. So that is kind of annoying. We do see the immediate additional Tailwind here, and the knockoff just murks the Gengar. I was hoping to catch the situation where I can catch my opponent assuming that I try to protect my Gengar there, because now we're just so far in the back, there's not a lot that I can do. We do see the Chople Berry revealed in the Tyranitar, so if I hit the Focus Blast, that would have at least burned the Chople Berry there. But yeah, even with the weather control, there's just not a lot that's going to happen here, because both of my opponent's Pokemon are faster than mine. I might be able to pick up one more KO here, just because of our Caledon having +1 defense, and a Moonblast from an uninvested Whimsicott should not KO me. Although it might be an invested Whimsicott because it did one-shot my Tauros. So we do see the Moonblast. It does not KO my Arcaludon, which is great. And we do see the knockoff here, so I am going to be able to pick up at least one more KO with my Arcaludon for this season. But this game 2, I felt like I got the lead right. We eliminated the Medicham on a correct prediction. And then from there, I just really flubbed it, especially seeing that his last Pokemon was the Excadrill. We were able to maintain the weather control in Battle 2 here, and I just wasn't able to do anything with it. Yeah, that whole situation was just highly unfortunate. But that will mean that we are out of playoff contention in the PPL. And I might do a battle video, or not a battle video, but it's like a team breakdown kind of with my thoughts about my own Pokemon here. Overall, for this being my first VGC Draft League, I'm not really happy with how I played, but a lot of that comes down to hacks, so maybe we need to be drafting some Pokemon in the future that are less affected by hacks, namely faster Pokemon. But yeah, thank you, I'm Destroyer, for the battle. I'm Destroyer. I don't know how you normally say your name, but that's how I would like to say it. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and yeah, that's going to be it for the PPL. We'll be back in another season of the PPL and a Champions League in the future, I am very sure, assuming Amber wants to have me back. And we will see if we can use the lessons that we've learned to do something different in the future. In the meantime, thank you all for watching today's battle video, and I will see you in your dreams. Goodbye.